Hello and welcome to another edition of the Seven Thunders podcast. Earlier today, I was broadcasting through Facebook and experimenting with that, and I rather like it. And I am going to make an effort to try and transmit the podcast through both Facebook and YouTube. But for right now, I want to read an article. And yo, oh my fuck. Anyway, all right, welcome back to the podcast. I had some technical difficulties. However, this is the real deal. And yes, I am still bundled up in my blanket and all that good shit. I explained it in the other podcast. So let's just get to it. Yeah, the major problem with America is that we don't have a memory. We don't study history, and Americans tend to fall for a lot of things that, like, other people are just like, what? That's stupid. Case in point, multi-level marketing schemes, or better known as pyramid schemes. That is like the bane of the existence of of simple folk. They're always getting tricked into getting into these business. And the thing about the business model of a pyramid scheme, right? You got that? Is that the people at the bottom always lose because they get their money stolen by the people at the top. So, and then when the pyramid collapses, the people at the top are gone. Anyway, let me read this article. Miami. Patricia and Jeff Rogers figure they did everything right to get rich beyond their wildest dreams. See, that's the first error. Selling Herbalife health and personal care products. Okay. They attended all of the Circle of Success events, brought in new recruits, met their quotas on buying Herbalife goods to sell, and even set up a storefront shop. But they didn't get rich. Instead, Patricia Rogers estimates the couple lost over $100,000, including about $20,000 spent on attending Herbalife events. Now, the couple and others are suing the multi-level marketing company that sells its products through a network of distributors who could recruit more distributors. The potential class action case could involve more than 100,000 plaintiffs, and might mean as much as 1 billion in damages. That's a lot of fucking money. But the thing is though that they got. I'm sorry, man. It's just like, come on. There's 100,000 people that never heard of a fucking pyramid scheme or can't tell one when they fucking see it. It's insanity to me. We did everything they told us to do. We attended every event. We traveled and we spent money, and we didn't get success like they said we would. Rogers said in an interview at the couple's home in Hallandale Beach, Florida. You get involved in it. It's almost like a cult mentality. Yeah, no shit. Fucking douchebag. Los Angeles-based Herbalife, a publicly traded company with, what? 2017 net sales of 4.4 billion, has long been embroiled in litigation and regulatory actions over its business practices, which have been compared by some to a pyramid scheme. A spokeswoman declined to comment for the story, although Herbalife attorneys are seeking to get the lawsuit dismissed or moved from Florida to a California court. Herbalife lawyers say in court papers the distributors now suing the company in Miami were not specific in how many company statements influenced them into making bad decisions. Plaintiffs' failure to specify how they were misled by these alleged misrepresentations is fatal to many key claims, the lawyers wrote. To become a distributor, a person must be recruited by an existing distributor, according to the company's website. The new recruit also must purchase an Herbalife Nutrition International business pack, explaining how the business works and how to become a sponsor. The new distributor buys Herbalife products at a discount and sells them, often part-time, in hopes... Oh my god, these articles are written so horrible. In hopes making a profit. Yeah, in hopes of making a profit. You fucking douchebag. Anyway, look, this is another thing too about articles written in the age of the internet are piss poor because they just get whoever the fuck to write them. Anyway, in 2016, the company settled a Federal Trade Commission case for, wow, $200 million. Centered on Herbalife's business model being based on recruitment of distributors rather than actual sales of its products, such as protein shakes, vitamins, and skincare items. 1 year earlier, another lawsuit by Herbalife distributors ended in a $17.5 million settlement. In the FTC case, the agency said in a statement that only a small minority of distributors have made anything near what the company promises, through promotional materials showing how they lived in expensive homes, drove luxury cars, and took exotic vacations. A large majority of distributors made little or no money, and a substantial percentage lost money, the FTC says. The case in Miami federal court is different, said plaintiff's attorney Etan Mark, maybe? It targets the system of high-energy events known as Circle of Success that distributors are cajoled into attending all over the country at their own expense. They are touted as the supposed key to learning how to become wealthy, all while signing up more people to become distributors in what's called the downline. A common company refrain was, if you go to all the events, you qualify for everything, you will get rich, according to the lawsuits. Another was, these crucial events provide you with the skills you need to take to the next level, court documents show. They felt like they were chasing a ghost. Or, yeah, they felt like they were chasing a ghost? Okay. It's the event you missed that would have changed your life, Mark said. These tens of thousands of people in this case lost money. I believe the vast majority of people lose money through the Herbalife opportunity. Not every distributor feels that way. Valeria Valeria Pagan, an Orlando area single mother, says selling Herbalife helps pay her bills as a second income source. She said Herbalife products help her lose weight and feel good about herself. I love the products and I'm helping people and I'm getting extra money, Pagan said in an interview. It's helping me a lot. Pagan said the biggest circle of success events are multimedia extravagances that get everyone hyped about selling Herbalife products, as they push distributors to aim for the company's VIP level circles or even the company's top president's team. It's crazy. You get so pepped up. It's like the Super Bowl for us, she said. It's like the biggest event of the year. Herbalife's website says it's about 8,300 employees worldwide and about 2.3 million distributors. China, North America, and the Asia-Pacific region account for nearly 2/3 of Herbalife sales. Herbalife attorneys contend that many of the claims in the Miami court case are covered by the 2007 or 2015 settlement with distributors that also focused on purported misrepresentations by the company about the pathway to success. That settlement, however, involved distributors who either couldn't sell the products for at least the cost of their purchase or wanted to return products after the company's one-year return policy. If the case isn't dismissed or settled, Herbalife wants it transferred to a California federal court, which it claims is a requirement when a person signs up to become a distributor. In the Miami case, the plaintiffs claim that their lawsuit isn't about the distributor agreements, but about the circle of success events. So that requirement does not apply. U.S. District Judge Marcia Cook in Miami is weighing all these motions, with trial set for September 2019 if the case isn't resolved before then. A key hearing is set for Wednesday on pretrial motions. Rogers, the former Florida Herbalife distributor who's suing, said she'd like to recover some of her money, but also hopes others don't get fooled as she thinks she was. I took what money I had. I followed a dream. I was sold. It was addictive. It was almost like you got hypnotized and you were in some kind of trance, she said. Then you realize, man, I got duped. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because a lot of people put a lot of stock in this kind of thing. And, you know, it's crazy because, at least for me, my brother-in-law, right? My brother-in-law and co-host, Juan Hurtis, he often says that, like, my mom, me, my sister, you know, my family, or my side of the family, has amazing bullshit meters. Like, we don't believe anything. We're skeptical about everything. We're super cynical. We just don't believe in anything. So, it's been, you know, I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody that, like, believes in a cult or believes in a multi-level marketing scheme or something like that, because to me things like that seem so obvious. Plus, I have a degree in philosophy, so, you know, critical thinking is kind of like, you know, my thing. And I'll be honest with you, I do not critically think as much as I should. But in the important cases, I do. So I just can't sympathize with this, but I can sympathize with getting got. Not in the sense that I've gotten got, but I mean, it happens to everybody. You know, you get tricked, you get scammed. You know, it happens. But to this extent, you know, for, you know, almost $100,000. That's insanity to me, and it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that people. I mean, how old are multi-level marketing schemes? They've been around forever, you know, and people still don't learn. People still think that, I'm going to get into this pyramid scheme, I'm going to make a bunch of money, and da 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 da. And that's just not how it fucking works. Because the way these companies make money is not by selling products. Well, yeah, it is by selling products, but not to clients. It's to recruits. They recruit people, and then they say, "Oh yeah, you got to buy all these products, distribute them, and you're gonna make money." And it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. It just doesn't. We have to be cautious about the things we put our money into. Earlier today, I talked about cryptocurrencies in the morning podcast. I read an article about that. And cryptocurrencies, man, they work for places like Venezuela, Zimbabwe, places with like shit economies where the money isn't worth shit. And then cryptocurrencies in that situation can be used as means of exchange, and it's fine. But to use cryptocurrencies as a investment, thinking you're gonna make money or as a store of value, that's insanity. That's insanity, and it's not gonna. You're not gonna get the results. There are people that made money, but for the most part, these ICOs, the initial coin offerings, and all these things that surrounded cryptocurrencies and things like that, especially last year, in the winter of last year, all those were scams. They were, in essence, they weren't quite pyramid schemes, but they were scams, in a sense, because high-level investors who already are holding a bunch of this money are, trying to sell the common folk that doesn't really know anything about investment or anything like that. They're trying to sell them on this dream, and like we say in Spanish, te venden villas y castillas. People sell you castles in the sky. And it's all false, man. So you have to be very cautious when you invest. So I am a baby investor. I'm not I invest in marijuana stocks. I like to, when I started investment though, I started out investing in a gold mining company. And I did a little bit more research. It worked out. It was okay, but I did a little bit more research, and I realized that it actually costs more money to get the gold out of the ground than you can sell it for, that's not a good investment. So I ended up selling my stock in that company, and then using the funds that I got from that to invest in marijuana stock, and it worked out. I made some money. I lost some money, but I mostly made some money. That's a tangible asset, in a sense. It's a part of a company, and they're making money. Another tangible asset would be real estate or gold, or things like that, things that you can hold or possess or watch. You know what I'm saying? But cryptocurrencies, they have their uses, just like Venmo has its use. In essence, that's how I see cryptocurrencies. Is it's almost like a Venmo that's free, in a sense. I think though, with multi-level marketing, people make money on these things, because you are buying products and you are selling, you are distributing these things. So you could potentially make money. But the thing about that is that they're not like it's not like going to Sam's Club and getting a whole bunch of bulk stuff and then selling it at your store or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, there is an ideology and a cult mentality involved in this, because you got to remember, there aren't just religious cults. There are financial cults. Nexium, that crazy cult Nexium, when they were branding women, um, you know, with that girl from Smallville. Um, Nexium is, that was a financial cult. It had some philosophical things in it and whatnot, but it was a financial cult. Um, they were trying to short goddamn futures, and working with futures and doing things like that. They lost a bunch of money, and they were mainly targeting like rich heiresses and stuff, specifically the heiresses of the Seagram's fortune. Um, so there aren't just religious cults. Don't get it twisted. There are cults of medicine. Chiropractic is a cult. You know, people have died of heart attacks from getting uh, chiropractic, chiropractic work done. Um, you know, cults come in different flavors. The thing that characterizes them is uh, kind of these crazy expectations and redefinition of terms and things like that. Um, there's a more robust definition of cults, which I'm not gonna look up right now. But yeah. So all these that's what characterizes a multi-level marketing scheme. Is that there is a cultish nature that underlies them, and that's dangerous, because you're gonna end up like these people that lost $100,000. um, yeah, it's really unfortunate. But anyway, that does it for this article, and I'll probably see y'all on Facebook, or if not there, I'll probably see you back here. But yeah, y'all stay sexy.